All right, take two of my book review. I realized I cannot click out and look at my notes, so I'm just going to talk for 10 minutes. I just finished Conscious Loving, and it was really beautiful. I loved so many of the learnings and see how it's very integrated into Alchemy of Breath. I felt that at the root of it, it was really about the patterns. And that was probably also influenced by me going to the Hoffman process earlier this year. I went there and I learned how much patterns play a massive role in our life, and if we don't do anything about them, then especially the unconscious patterns, they will just keep getting passed down from generation to generation, and we'll keep in these cycles and essentially take on our parents' patterns or rebel against them and do the opposite, which is equally as bad, of their patterns. And so my biggest takeaway is it's really important to be conscious and aware of our patterns. And for me, the thing I need to work on most is to tell the microscopic truth. It's something that I've been aware of and know to do, but I have tended to minimize it my whole life. And so I've forgotten how to tell the microscopic truth. I think I also was shamed for saying the truth. Sometimes my mother wanted me to like lie and glorify things for her, and so I've gotten into a pattern of avoiding the microscopic truth when I know it's going to hurt someone. And I realize how important and how powerful it is to say it. And I tend to just to myself say, oh, I minimize it, it's not important, next time, oh, I'll let this one slide. And then I realize it keeps bottling up in my body and causes a lot of like stagnation, probably influenced my Crohn's disease, and just really weighing me down overall. And it was, I started to bring up to my partner more honesty, like when he says something that I have a reaction to, telling him exactly how I'm feeling versus letting it go or just keeping it inside. A big learning for myself this year was learning to use my voice and feel. So some patterns that I've had are that I'm not worthy, I'm not important, and I can't take up space. And so my whole life, I think I've had a problem with my voice. My throat chakra feels very blocked, and I didn't know how to voice myself, speak up for myself, and tell that microscopic truth because I was constantly people pleasing and worried about taking care of their emotions. And I realize more and more so now that by owning my feelings and speaking up and telling the microscopic truth, it actually is much more liberating and brings couples, friends, family closer together. And normally when you bring up the microscopic truth, it invites others to do the same thing. Because if not, then that stuck energy just stays stagnant in the body and causes a lot of pain, unhappiness, disease, and I think it's impacted me a lot of my life. And so, telling the microscopic truth is something that I really want to continue to pursue this year. I've definitely gotten better speaking up, using my voice, and feeling the impact as well of how I feel so much more lighter, so much more liberated from telling the microscopic truth. And it also invites other people to open up and share. When I do that, then I notice my partner also doing something similar. So that's really beautiful. And just how, we have to own 100%. And I found it interesting, like adding up to 200% for, sorry, I got a message. So the 200%, so I have to own 100% and then the other person has to own 100%. And I think that actually I've been someone who tends to overcompensate and do like 150% or maybe even sometimes 200%. And I try and own all of it and maybe negate the growth in the other person from learning to also embody that 100%. So that's another thing that I want to work on. I did a few of the exercises in the, not a few, well, yeah. So basically, I did some exercises for the writing assignment, and then I also did, anyways, I made notes for my partner and I to do the other ones today. Sorry, there's someone texting me about a crisis, so I have to go, but this is my first 5 minutes, and I will do the remainder of the book report in the next 5 minutes so I can take care of this.